Good morning. How's everyone today? Good, I guess. When I was about 16, I met this young lady and we got married. Had my first son, and pretty much schooling was kind of put on the back burner.
I'm from Burma. Because of the political problem, many thousands of people became refugees, and I'm one of them.
And so I used to blame myself because I couldn't read. I still stay to myself because I always felt like if I stayed away from stayed away from people, maybe they wouldn't find that little secret that I didn't want them to know.
To be illiterate in Durham, or anywhere for that matter, is to be unsafe, is to be uncomfortable. Creating a more literate Durham is a job, it's a responsibility that falls on every person who can read.
Kaisha went on to talk about how she was unable to properly read the labels on the medicine that she was buying for her two sons. And it's only when those stories become specific that you start to understand the kind of world that people live in if they don't have a skill that so many of us take for granted.
I used to thought of suicide thoughts and, well, why is I'm here and you can't read and you're in somebody's way, and
the silent humiliation that always accompanies illiteracy, the quiet desperation that can't really be expressed, or the hundreds of ways that those who cannot read struggle and shame to keep their secret.
The education of youth is an adult literacy issue.
I learn as much as possible wherever I am.
I realized there's a future, and so what I decided to do is, regardless of who know what, 2009, last year, I went up on my own, went to literacy, and signed up.
A little bit before my birthday, I started TCA and went through that program in about 3 months and graduated. I'm in Durham Tech now, registered for 2 classes, and I'm on my way, I guess you can say, to college and become a nurse.
And I want to earn my GED because I like to teach people and help my people as translator.
And what I'm planning on doing is looking for a goal in my life, my future, on the computer and reading on my own, and I'm doing real well. Thank you for the people at the Durham Literacy. They're doing an excellent job.
I'm just delighted to have my few minutes to salute the work that goes on at the center and to say thanks for what you're doing, because you're quite literally saving lives.
We're all dependent on the nurture and support that we get in our family and in our community, and a part of what it means to be a family member and a community member is to understand that obligation we have to pass these gifts along.
It's good to have someone that's always there for you.
By supporting the Durham Literacy Center, you make it possible for us to change our life.
And again, if you just think of the children whose parents cannot read them a bedtime story, but can somehow understand the importance, as we heard earlier, of being able to spend time with their children to read. If not to read, to be able to tell them the story.
The stories of Michael, Laltang, and Chris are the stories of hundreds that we've helped this year, as well as thousands that we've helped over the past quarter century, and the thousands more that we're committed and hope to help for as long as our community needs an adult literacy center.
I'm not ashamed to share the story of my education. I like to share my experience to encourage other people like me